What's happening? Thank you so much for watching my video today. It is race day here at Arrowhead Speedway. We finally get to race. It's been raining all week. It actually rained pretty good this morning, and then with the track here at Arrowhead Speedway is top notch, and they got the track as ready as they can get it for tonight's race. Like I said, it's rained all week. It rained Monday, Tuesday, a little bit Wednesday, and I don't know if it rained yesterday, and it rained this morning pretty good. And then it stopped around 12, so we're going to be able to get the racing in. The Monette canceled, Tulsa canceled, and I don't know if Humboldt's canceled or not, but so we're running, I think, 7 classes, so there's going to be, should be a ton of cars here, and there should be a ton of really good competition in my class. So it's about 3, I think it's about 4. I just got to the track and I drew the lucky 95, so we will be starting somewhere towards the back in our heat races, but it'll be a good test. There's going to be a lot of good competition here tonight, and I'm super excited to get back racing. And if you watched my last video, the cars hitting the rev limiter, banging about at the flag stand, we changed that, and we think it's going to drive a lot better now. So there's no more banging at the flag stand no more. So I'm going to have to get used to that. But other than that, it's the same car as I drove last time I raced, which was 2 weeks ago. We got rained out the last 2 weeks, but luckily Mother Nature was on our side this week, and we were able to get the race in. And yeah, I'm just super excited to get back on the track, and I'm ready to see where I stand against all the good competition here. Like I said, we drew 95, so we're going to be starting in the back of our heat race. And here's a look at the track. Oh, wrong button. Like they said, they tried their best to get the top-notch track as they can. Cars starting to roll in. I think there's B mods, stock cars, factory stocks, pure stocks, Midwest mods, interceptors, and tuners. So definitely going to be a stacked field of cars tonight. Hopefully there's a lot of cars and a lot of people in the stands, since we're the only track racing here in Oklahoma. But be sure to check out arrowvision.live. You can watch all racing at Arrowhead Speedway live. What is up? I hope you can hear me, but man, our luck is nowhere to be found. I had a really good start and was able to get around John there at the beginning, and then I was set on cruise control after that. And then you could see coming, or in the middle of 1 and 2, I was off the pace, and then you can later see a little bit farther on that the sparks are flying. So it turns out the wires to the battery was hitting the air filter, and it was coming loose, and sparks flying all over the place. And it's only at Arrowhead, if you cause one caution, you're done. So there's no getting your spot, no matter what happened, unless you got spun out. But so the wires to the battery was on the air filter, which was causing all the problems and slowness out of me out there. But we got it fixed. We got the wires strapped down and duct tape. So we think we got it fixed now. We were messing with it in the pits, and it's fine. There's no more sparks, and it runs good. So we start ninth in the second A feature. There's two really good guys starting up in front of the feature, and then everyone else is kind of just drivers really. But man, this luck is nowhere to be found for me. I haven't finished a race, and I can't remember. At Tulsa, I didn't finish. I was leading the last race. I was leading, and that all happened. But I think my goal for the future is to finish the race, and I just want to finish the race. I haven't finished a race for a couple months. So that's the goal, and I will catch you guys out there. What is up, guys? It's Saturday morning. I'm at the house. We got home, I think, got home about 1:30 last night. The races were over about 12:30ish, I think. It was a pretty good night. I think in the feature, I thought I was going pretty good. I felt out there. I felt like I was going really good. Then I watched the video last night, and I was like, man, I could have. There was just a lot of little mistakes I made, and then I don't think I was way too low on the bottom, and I wasn't on the gas enough. I think there was a couple times where I was on the gas on the bottom pretty good, like those couple laps where I passed those two cars, and I think a lap, and that got us up to fourth. But it was a pretty good night. You know, like in the heat race, you know, that's out of our control. Nothing I could really do about that. But I'm glad we got that fixed now instead of it. You know, it could have been last night and I was running third and something like that happened. That'd be about right. But I'm glad that happened in the heat race instead of the feature. But it was a really fun night. I had a lot of fun out there on the track in the feature. Passing cars, the track was, man, had a lot of character to it. I couldn't really run the top like everyone else could. I mean, I'm sure I could. I just didn't really have, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't have enough experience in the car, I guess, or something. But we got a couple good runs there on the bottom, and it was just slowly picking them off. And a couple cautions came out, and I think the silver car in front of me, I definitely knew I had a faster car than him. I just wasn't running the right line on the track to be able to get beside him or get around him. And then, Randy, he's raced for a while. He already has, I think, like 5 or 6 wins this year, so he was good. And I was really looking forward. When I found out I was on third on that restart, I was like, I knew I was faster than the guy in front of me, that silver car. And then I was thinking, man, if I can just get past him and try to get to Randy, I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna try to do something. But we weren't able to get there, and I'm just glad I finally finished the race. It's been since the Buzz last year. So the first weekend of October last year was the last time I finished a race. Finished the feature, the heat race, everything. So, and the last 2 races before last night, like I said, I was leading, and something out of my control would happen, which would lead to a DNF. But yeah, I don't think we plan on going anywhere tonight. And then Arrowhead's not racing next week. I don't think. We may go to Monette Friday, maybe. I don't know. But I should have a video out next week. I can't tell no one, but we got a new race car that's just being built in the shop. It just got built this week. It's got a body in it, I think. I don't know if we have a motor for it yet. But my dad plans on racing that, but we plan on testing it out at the track. So I'll make a video on that one. But once again, thank you so much for watching the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share to all your friends. And thank you for watching.